Well, my jelly petters, my name is Jim, and this is your Daily Brogue for the 14th of August, 2026. So there was an error while I was recording. I was thinking about redoing it, but I died so well last time. That was such a wonderful, unexpected death that I thought it would be wrong to not die that way. And it would be really hard to die that way twice, right? Um, having turned off a trap basically and then wandered into it in just a couple of seconds later, and the problem disappeared. Last time I was talking about Castle White Rock, and the things I would like to do to it to kind of improve it. And then there are things that I'm going to do that just change it a little bit to sort of fit in with my own sort of mythology, right? So in my game, orcs aren't born, they're created, and they're created by other orcs. So when you have on the third level, actually you have on the third level a sort of master magician, master orc magician adept in the 3/5 parlance, right? Because White Rock was originally written for D&D 3.5. Um, and one of them is obviously a good enough wizard, good enough magic user, whatever they are. I haven't really decided what they will be. That she would have the ability to make these work. In fact, I might make it so that so in my game there are sort of three things that a orc will do. There are basically three rituals, and when you've completed the third ritual, which is grafting a giant pig head to the face of the or pig face to the head of the new orc, which cements his orkiness for all eternity. Um, the total ritual takes 3 turns, or three, or the total procedure takes 3 rituals. Each one of those rituals has to be at least a month apart. But the previous rituals themselves are useful. So the orcs will use the first ritual, the first 1 or 2 rituals to craft the orcs. Ooh, these are both good. Um, they will use these rituals to craft the orcs and so forth. So the big orc woman, I'm sure that's a secret door. Oh, it's not a secret door. It is that thing. Okay, +0 mace. Not what we came here for. We have a good war pike. I think that's a bad staff. Is it a bad staff? No, it's a good staff. Okay, too bad. A bad staff would give benefits to my monkey. I want a monkey with benefits. So, um, so I intend to my monkey going to get himself killed for fun. That's a +0 dagger, a guardian charm, and a wand of beckoning. Okay, so that's where the real treasure is at. Healing 4. My dude could use that. Magic scale mail. +1 protection, wand of invisibility. Now let's see what the scale mail is. Probably not great, but better than leather. Did I find the way down? I did. I mean, the thing is that this looks so like there's something there. No, I think I already did check, but I don't remember. Oh, fire immunity. So I have these 3 ways. Basically 4 different kinds of orcs, right? Because I let the first 2 kinds. I let the first 2 spells be viable anytime. These are both good, so I may as well. L, shattering. Hopefully, I don't need that. H, mapping. Okay, that's what I wanted. Then I have what are probably enchanting scrolls. So we've got these 2 different levels of half work, or 3 different levels of half work. Maybe 2 levels, but there are 2 kinds of first level half work. The first level half work is either a thrall. So The first of the two possible half-orc making spells will literally remove the memories of the half-orcs, or of the people that are being turned into half-orcs. So memories gone. Okay, I don't know what that sound was. Hold on. Whatever it was nothing. Okay, so let's see. So the forgetful part makes nice slaves because now your +1 scale mail, your slaves don't know that they were ever not slaves, right? So this is a very good, useful thing for orcs. Want slaves like the ones that we've been talking about in Castle White Rock. Let's see what else. But some of those slaves are useful. And what do I mean by useful? I mean, well, some of them have skills beyond just the normal sort of orky skills, the normal slave skills that orcs want. So if you have a scribe or something like that, it is highly likely that you would want to keep him around. So the other orc, what do we have? 2/2, no, possibly, no, maybe. I, I. So that second kind of spell removes emotional feeling, nice feelings, goody feelings that make people feel like people. I'm really just looking for monkeys. So I think the monkey ran back, but I wasn't sure. Um, so these are what you might call quarter orcs. So they actually do get tougher. Um, and they do lose a little bit of intelligence and so forth and so on. I think you should probably look at, 3/5s, rules for orc PCs and stuff like that to decide what to do with these things. So that's a +3 war pike. We'll go with the unknown dagger. Oh, did not trigger. Unlike the war pike, the dagger should trigger, unless it's something that doesn't trigger very often, like a uh, do I have? I have entrancement. Entrancements are not very good for these guys. What do I have? Telepathy. What can I kill him with? I'm going to need to go back to. Oh, I will throw an N at him. I'm just going to go back to the war pike for a moment. Okay. Equip that dagger. Oops. I have to use that life anyway. Okay, my friends, should I or should I not? I do not have anything on this level thanks to my thing. I know that I don't have to worry about. Is that, Kobold is wandering in a circle? Oh, he got trapped in one of those rooms. Dude, poor bastard. All right. Um, okay, so I have leather armor that I don't need. I have uh dagger that I don't need. I have 2 plate armors. I don't know if I want to keep them. This is just +1 scale mail. Not really the thing I want to enchant up. I might have to well, the ring was in here. The Agate ring. Pink potion. Pink potions. I do not trust pink potions. I guess it's supposed to be strawberry flavored, but okay, I need incendiary darts, which I have. So I will throw my incendiary dart there. I've got 3 goblin conjurers. I think that has run itself off. So there's no distinction between the conjurers. There weren't the yeah. There's no way to know about that. So I think that's the level. Hopefully that helped me here. So we have 2 kinds of cord works. Now, when you have both of those 2 things having been accomplished, I've already identify. Okay. We should be identifying these other guys. I'm going to identify that plate armor. And then I am going to. I've got how many tunnelings? 2 tunnelings. I'm just going to destroy the dungeon. Okay. Now here is something I want to attack. What am I at? 8. And a mystic. That's good. All right. Nothing over here. So once a slave has had both of these, let's see. That is a pretty good entrancement, actually. Oh, oh, that is a no good dagger. Where did I get that dagger from? Did I get that from a those ones are my guys. Those two new ones were just more of the same. This is a common pack, actually, right? I do not believe. We've got a tunneling two. How's B? Oops, identify. I need to identify something. Ah, okay. And so up here is where I had my, nope, up here is where I dropped a bunch of crap. I can grab that. Crap there. Where's my up? Oh, here I can drop a dagger. I see a code. Let's drop O. Now I can choose any one of these things, which will be the negation charm. Hmm. Anyway, let's see here. And so that's going to explain why you can have those goblin fishermen or those half-orc fishermen. And the slaves are all going to be half-orcs as well. They just don't know any better. All they remember is ever being slaves. Um, and in fact, from what they've seen, they look forward to the next enchantment that will be proffered by the orcs, right? There's a secret door. So I have two crappy tunnelings. We'll get rid of one of those tunnelings. Now I've got a whip. Where there's a whip, there's a will, right? So, um, what shall we do? Where am I? I have a reasonable amount of room left, so I can wait a little bit. Do I have anything that I know is a bad potion? I'm sure those things are going to enchanting. Enchanting. So do I want to try to just enchant up that one thing, or do I want to enchant up the... let's see. Plate armor. Let's try a couple of these. W. Mother. What is going on? I am on fire. J. Shit. How many of my guys are negated? Both of my mystics are negated. Motherfucker. Okay. Well, that is sucks ore, right? Um, equip the scale mail, right? Um, normally I identify things more rationally, but I want to see what's going on with this levitation. All right. What is here? Potion of strength. I need a strength. Dee, 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 dee. And a bedroll or some rocks. Pile o' bones. So, and I'm running out of food because I ran back up. This is always a bad thing. Okay, how am I going to do this? Right, because I do not have I have that negation charm. Move E, apply. Can I apply F? Negated my other dude. Equip E, apply A. Yeah. So that was not good. But I just didn't know what else to do with what I had. So I've lost basically any benefit for having these goblin dudes, right? Yeah, I am in very bad shape, so I'm going to come up with oh crap, crappity crap crap crap. Do 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 do. Hey, shit, shittity shit shit shit. Okay, motherfucker, not gonna make it, not gonna make it. All right, apply. I've got two enchantings. V25, apply V25. Um, This motherfucker. I have a potion of levitation. Shittity shit shit shittity shit shit. I am not going to make this. So the half orcs. Actually, I can. I forgot I did get that, so that is not the worst. Let's see. Okay, so we have to remove I. This is not working. Um, so it only works if I happen to win from the acid mound, and I do not. The acid mound should not have been able to do much there. Um, leather armor would have been better, but I was playing a little bit too conservatively. And that other plate mail was +3. The whip was bad, so it's a good thing I didn't use that. Um, so if I'd been wearing either, I think if I'd had that leather armor of mutuality, I probably would have done much better. And I probably would have enchanted that up instead of the war pike, those last two. So I would probably had a +5 leather armor of mutuality. That would have been a better move if I knew that was a leather armor of mutuality, which I did not. So I just did not want to be caught with my pants down since I did not have very good stuff. All right, so yeah, so those orcs need to do stuff. I think maybe I can have it so that the top orc only knows. So we've got for levels 2 and 3, some orcs that on level that have split. So that you have a pair of orc. Uh, I don't know, bands. We'll call them bands, and they've split up into two pieces. One piece is the original orc, and she has a mission that has something to do with White Rock Castle. Um, and so she's on that mission part. So that's her part. This other orc is used to be her apprentice, but he and the rest of the orcs split off their band. So they're the higher level band, and they're the ones that are still getting slaves to do mining for some reason under there, and making money and somehow using the ore for some purpose. I'm not sure what that purpose is. Um, to make money, I guess, because that's what orcs like to do. As long as somebody else is doing the work. Um, so they've split off, but the upper guy only knows one or two of those spells, maybe, and the lower guy, the lower orc woman, she knows all of the spells. So he wants to get the other spells from her. Maybe he knows the one that'll make accountants or something, or maybe he knows both of them, the one that'll make the slaves, but he can't make accountants. And that means that his slaves are much less efficient if he only knows how to make them less moral. So you get the bad effects of having less morality as far as your slaves are concerned, but the good effects of and you don't have the good effect of them not remembering anything. So now you've got a bunch of bastards who all want to escape. That makes sense. And so that would be a better, that would lead to some weirder stuff. And somewhere in there, there's people point out troglodyte bladders, stink bladders for some reason. I'm not particularly sure what that is for and what you use maybe to make some sort of bomb to throw at the or magic item to throw at the players. Okay, bye now.